Hey, Mimi. Hey, Miss B. Hey, Ash. Welcome in, guys. Happy Sunday. How is everyone? Welcome in. How's your weekend going, Miss B? What is epic? No, you're okay, Cheryl. It happens all the time. How's your weekend going, Cheryl? Hi, Vicky. How are you, babe? It's been a while. Oh, Epic Universal. Well, that's amazing. I bet he loved that. I bet he had the best birthday. I'm just gonna give it a minute to let people get notified that I'm live. Hi, Dee. How are you? Good cleaning today. Listen, I'm glad that you're taking a break. It's always good to have some me time. Oh, Vicky, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. I can't even begin to imagine what you're going through. But I hope that you know my inbox is always open. I tell you what, 2026 has been a year so far. Oh, okay. Thank you for that. And I'm all right, Deb. I appreciate you asking. It's been a lot going on. Yeah. But I did get a clip sent to me that apparently Boss Lady is putting me in hashtags of her videos at the song. I heard these bitches were looking for me. Yeah, that is why I'm live. I'm going to briefly address it. I probably won't be on here long. Um, because, yeah, I actually have real life happening. Just saying. I don't do this internet petty tit for tat high school BS anymore. Hi, Tava. How are you, sweets? Yeah, if you guys could definitely send some love and prayers Vicky's way, I know she would appreciate it. Well, Deb, a lot of you know that about 2 weeks ago, my mother in law had a heart attack and went into the hospital, and she's been on ICU. Thank you for the hand hearts, Tava. Um, and they had just taken her off the ventilator the other day, but they've had to put her back on it. And my husband is having a really hard time. It's definitely taken a strain on our relationship, but we're working through it. Um, but he's having a really hard time. And there's just a lot going on there. Not everything needs to be put online, of course. But my reason in saying that is, hi, Tori. How are you, sweets? Thank you, Taba. Thank you, Deb. Hi, Laura. Good afternoon. My reason for saying that is real life is real life, and it will always hold priority over strangers on the internet who have nothing better to do than obsess, stalk, and argue with other strangers on the internet. I have real life, hence why you guys don't see me on here hardly ever anymore. And I don't have time to deal with people like Anna. Like, I'm not going to deal with it. What I have going on is so much more important and always will be. Anything that I have going on will always be more important than people like that. But I'm not, like, just understand, Anna, because I know you'll watch this. I'm not in the business of playing your games. Not now with everything that's going on, and not in the future. Thank you for the heart me's. I stay out of the drama, and I'm going to keep staying out of the drama because, again, real life is more important. And absolutely, family first. So you can throw your little jabs out there. You're not going to get a reaction out of me. I'm saying what I'm saying in this live, and nothing else will be addressed or said because it's not worth my time or my energy. Thank you guys so much for the gifts. You guys don't have to do that, and I hope that you know that. You do not have to do that, but I do appreciate it. It's just absolutely ridiculous that over a year later, this woman is still putting energy into me, a random stranger on the internet. It's wild to me, but I have accepted that I will never understand it because I don't give that, like, that's not my energy. I am growing and I am living because let me tell you, the saying that nobody is promised tomorrow could not be more true. And I will stand on, I refuse to allow my potential last moments on earth to be spent going tit for tat with some randos on the internet. Oh, yeah, I've got her blocked too, Deb. She'd been blocked. Every time she creates a new account and it pops up, blocked. And it'll always be that way. It is way too short, Taba. Way too short. What is sad to me is she is apparently on the beach, but yet you're making videos towards me. I don't understand that. But if that is how you want to live your life, if that is how you want your potential last moments on earth to be spent, more power to you. But it's not going to be me. Period. It's insane. Right, Deb, right. You're okay, Tava. I will say, just like I said the other day when I was live, if anybody does want a box, I don't mind bringing people up, but because it happens on accident so much, if you'll put box in the chat, that way I know someone for sure wants a box. I don't know how long I'm going to be on here. I just wanted to address that and then move along. I don't want to beat a dead horse, you know what I mean? But there are things that I do want to talk about. How many of you are familiar with who Trucker Jen is? Have you guys seen the clip that's going around? I don't know the context behind it, but I just scrolled across it yesterday when I was scrolling my FYP. Grandbaby due in November. Oh, congratulations, Tava. Do you know if it's a grandson or a granddaughter? Or do you guys not know yet? Aw, I love that. Congratulations, my friend. That is a beautiful blessing. See, that's amazing. That is the kind of stuff that I like to hear. That is a miracle and a blessing all in itself. Oh my gosh, Lois, that is amazing. Congratulations. Do you know if it's a great grandson or a great granddaughter? 7 great grandbabies? There's no way. Lois, you do not look like you are old enough to have great grandchildren. It's due on your birthday? Oh, I love that. A girl. Listen, my daughter was born on my husband's cousin's birthday. It's funny because that same cousin and I were very close when I was pregnant with my daughter. We were like glued at the hip. We were always together. So I thought it was really cool that she wound up being born on her birthday. On my due date. I actually went into labor on my due date, y'all. Do y'all know how rare that is to happen? I was supposed to be induced the next day, and I went into labor on my due date. Oh, I love that name, Willow. That's a beautiful name. Tava, do they have a name picked out for your granddaughter yet? You don't have to say it. I love that. That's wonderful. I'll be honest, I haven't really been on here much the last few days, y'all. I know there's been a lot of stuff going on. Middle name Shane. Oh, I love that. That's unique. There are so many names out there that people automatically assume are only a girl's name or only a boy's name. And I'm like, I could see these names like they're neutral. They would be beautiful no matter what. Oh, I love that you're combining your two names together. That's really cool. Congratulations again to both of you. That's amazing. Um, I was saying I haven't really been on a lot the last few days. Listen, I 100% understand that, Lois. I lost one of my, oh, I completely understand, Taba. I lost one of my best guy friends right before I found out I was pregnant with my daughter. My husband and I were actually trying. Um, and my best guy friend, Keith, I always post about him on Memorial Day. He passed away overseas. And not long after he passed away, I found out I was pregnant. And I've always said that Keith played a part in me being blessed with my daughter. And I will stand on that. And then I remember I had an MC a couple of years later, and the doctor told me that my chances of getting pregnant and carrying the baby to term with a healthy pregnancy were basically slim to none. He put me on some medications, and then at Christmas time, I found out I was pregnant with my son. The doctor, it was the same doctor that told me that I probably couldn't carry another child. He looked at me and he said, well, statistics were wrong yet again. Merry Christmas. He said, looks like Santa brought you a baby. He absolutely is, Tava. And I tell you, with everything going on with my mother in law, like the only thing that I know to do outside of praying and trying to be there for my husband while also balancing my own mental health. Because let me tell y'all, if you've ever been through something like this, you know it's hard. Hi, Tisk. I hope that you're having a beautiful weekend. But I just kind of am leaving it in God's hands. Yeah, that's all I can do, Tava. And I'm trying, but let me tell you, it has been lonely, to say the least. But we did spend some time together last night. We were up together until almost 3 o'clock in the morning, and it was nice. Yeah, both of us lost our dads, so we both only have our moms. And I know it's hard. Listen, y'all, his mama has been in my life for 19 years, and we have had our ups and downs. We have butted heads, but at the end of the day, she is the only person that I have ever been able to talk to that truly understands what it can be like sometimes to live under the same roof as my husband. So she can't go nowhere right now. Oh, that's awful, Lois. That's awful. Yeah, Todd, but he's starting to. I had a really rough time yesterday. Well, I will tell y'all, a couple of nights ago, I oh my goodness, Des, I can't even begin to imagine. See, and I remind myself all the time, like there's always somebody out there whose struggle is harder than mine. And that's true. And that's something that I've always tried to keep in my head. A couple of nights ago, I I guess I had a seizure in my sleep. First one I've had in years. And I remember when I have seizures, I'm not always fully unconscious, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not always out of it. I have had a seizure before where I was fully awake. My head was locked sideways all the way to my shoulder. I could feel my jaw clamping down, trying not to bite my tongue. My eyelids were blinking on their own. It was crazy. Well, I guess I had a seizure in my sleep the other night. And when I woke up, I felt my husband's hand on my back and I heard him say, "Are you okay?" But my jaw was locked down. I couldn't answer him. And he rolled over and went to sleep, but he didn't know what was going on. I, when I finally fully came to, I, of course, used the bathroom on myself. I had to go clean myself up. And I was terrified because, again, that was the first one I have had in years. Not quite Tisk, but I will say that the days leading up to that, I kept feeling like there were electric shocks in my head. I knew something was wrong. I knew something was wrong. It was so weird. And I was terrified. And ever since that's happened, I have been an emotional wreck. Like, I've literally laid in bed constantly. Like, I have barely pulled myself out of bed. I haven't been eating, which part of that is the Mounjaro is making me not eat. Y'all, in 4 days, I've dropped 13 pounds. No joke. No joke. But it just really scared me. I don't know. Like, at that moment, I thought that my husband was rolling over to sleep knowing that I was having a seizure. And he didn't know. Like, that's not the case, but that's how it felt at that moment. Thank you, Coco, for the hand heart. I hope that you're having a good weekend, love. Yeah, Tisk, I agree. The ones, because I've also had them where I was out of it, and I would rather not remember than feel those things. And I think that like traumatized me. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Like, it was a lot. It was a lot. And so I've been an emotional wreck. I've been doing nothing but crying and sleeping, and I don't know. It helped me last night though when he and I spent time together and we talked about a lot of things, and yeah, I just it was wild. So when I tell y'all, it has been a roller coaster this way. A roller coaster to the point that, like I said before, we damn sure ain't over here worrying about Boss Liar. Be so for real. Yeah, Lois, that's a really good way to describe it. And something else I will say too, in the days leading up to it, I had noticed that like my husband could tell something was wrong with me, but I didn't want to tell him. He kept saying, "Something's bothering you. It's bothering you bad, and you're not telling me." But my memory was getting wonky. I was really foggy headed. My vision kept blurring in and out. I was getting those electric shocks in my head, and I kept losing my balance, falling. It was just really weird. And it's gotten to a point like I've been having my heart has been racing a whole lot here lately. I'll just be having a conversation, and then all of a sudden my heart will start beating a 50, 11 miles an hour, and I feel like I can't breathe. It was just crazy. Same, Tava. Same. Thank you for the heart, me. I love that name, Panini Press. I know there's been a lot going on. Like, I know that the lives have been happening over on JJ's YouTube. I've heard there have been lives happening on TikTok. I was in JJ's lives for a couple of days, but I haven't been in there in a couple of days. I don't know. I got life going on. Like I said, I don't have time for the nonsense. Thank you for the heart, me. Hi, Michelle Lynn. How are you, sweetheart? This is my last week not in class. I have another new hire class starting on the 22nd. So I am going to try to go live every day this week. Hi, Mel. How are you, Mel? I'm doing all right, Michelle Lynn. Fireball, we're hanging in there. My mother-in-law had to be put back on the ventilator. My husband is up there now, but I think they're gonna have to take her off of it. Like there's no other choice. They're gonna have to take her off of it. If everybody would keep praying for her, I would really appreciate it. And pray that I don't have another seizure because I can't shake that feeling. I can't. I'm always praying for you, Mel. And I'm always here for you. I sent you a message, but I did not expect a response. I want you to take care of yourself, but I just wanted you to know that I am here for you. Always. I appreciate that, Coco. I appreciate that, Fireball. He's really, really struggling. I can't imagine, I really can't. I don't know. And then, my kids have a different relationship with his mom. She has two sets of grandkids. She has her grandkids on my sister-in-law's side, and then she has my kids. But she's always had a different relationship with my kids, a special relationship. Like, it's just different. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Hey, Kaylin, how are you? And then I feel bad, too, because, he's dealing with all of that up there with her on top of me having a seizure and my blood sugar. My blood sugar got down to 43 yesterday. I know it bothered, I'm sure I know it's a lot for him to handle. I know. I love that there are so many of you popping in to say hi. I appreciate that, Mel. But you got to take care of yourself. Prioritize yourself first and foremost, always. Does anybody know if Gabby has been on since court? Just to kind of change the subject to not so sad stuff. I went on live the day after court, but I haven't. Like I said, I haven't been on the last few days, so I don't know if she's been live yet. I knew that people had said she had took her TikToks down, but I don't know if she's been live over on YT since court, if anybody's heard anything. I saw Hope scroll in a while ago, but she may have already left. Ringo's doing good, Kaylin. He is spoiled as ever. He's gotten into this phase. Let me tell y'all, this dog can eat and drink like nothing I've ever seen. You can fix him a bowl of water and he will down it so fast. And then he'll pick up his water bowl, bring it into the living room, and throw it at me. Just throws it at me. She does need to stay offline, but she's not going to. I can't watch her either. I see clips here and there, but that's all. But I haven't even seen any clips. Honestly, I need to force myself to come out of this room and get some pool time. Oh no, Kaylin, I can't put that dog in my pool. He would destroy the liner. They do have their own pool, though. The dogs do. My husband and I were just talking about that last night, about how we need to clean it out and set it up. It's so crazy, Tava. Maybe she'll do the right thing and stay off live. Cool Breeze. I think she probably realizes that she's screwed. Let's be so for real. With everything that Zinni's attorney is working on in the background, the whole reason behind him wanting that continuance, I think that Hope was right the other day in my life when she said that it probably didn't hit her in the courtroom. It probably didn't hit her until later on, but I think that she realizes she is screwed. She is finally about to have to face consequences for all of her disgusting actions. I think it's hot here too today, but I don't think it's going to be as hot today as it was. But I really do need to spend some time in that pool. I haven't been spending any time in it, and that would be another really good thing for my weight loss because even just walking around the pool is good exercise. Thank you for the heart me hive. The only thing is I can't go underwater. I cannot go underwater because of my septum piercing still being new. She did say I should be good after 3 weeks though, so one more week or a little less than a week actually. Yeah, I think it's supposed to cool down a little bit this week and be like low 80s. But I don't mind the heat. I just go swim. But I need to take my big butt out there and vacuum it out some more. I have not, like, listen, if it wasn't for my daughter turning the pump on every day, that pool probably would be green. I have not been taking care of that pool. And with the amount of rain that we have been getting, I'm still shocked it hasn't turned green. But today, my husband is going to help me put the lights around it. I'm going to vacuum it out some more. I need to go put the vacuum cleaner on the charger, to be fair. And I'm going to try to snap myself out of this funk. Thank you, Mel, for the Go Populars. I guess that's what it is, Cool Breeze. It's Mounjaro. I tried Ozempic first, but it didn't work. And then I was on the lowest dose of Mounjaro, and that really didn't help either. But they just bumped me up to 5 milligrams, and I took it Monday for the first time. But the last 4 days is when I've really started. Like, I could try to eat a lot, but it's not possible. I take a few bites, and I'm so full that I feel like if I like the last bite I take, I end up having to spit out every time because I'm afraid if I swallow it, I'm going to get sick. That is how quickly and how much I get full. I'm telling you, I've lost 13 pounds in 4 days. All I ate yesterday was a 0 sugar popsicle and some grapes. This morning, I made myself eat some, it's called crack bologna, and that with some Swiss cheese, but like no bread or anything like that. They're just little tiny pieces. I ate one tiny piece of bologna with one tiny piece of Swiss cheese, and then I ate a quarter of a piece of provolone cheese and a couple of grapes. And that's probably all that I will eat today, to be fair. I might not have a hot girl summer, but your girl's probably going to be skinny this winter. I'm just saying. We have, Kaylin. He likes watermelon. Ringo likes fruit in general. He doesn't like bananas. It is, Jen. It is, for sure. That's why I made myself eat a little bit different this morning. I think about, I don't know if you guys follow Miami Talk, where like the Island Boys and stuff like that, but I think about what happened with Anti-Tatted's baby mom, Kiara, from those shots and her not eating. I know that it's very important with those vaccines or those shots to eat protein, 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 protein. It's just hard, y'all. Like when I tell y'all, I do try to eat, but a couple of bites and it's literally so bad I have to spit the last bite out. I don't know how to handle it. Yeah, I agree, Tisk. She didn't need to lose weight. Me, on the other hand, listen, at my heaviest, y'all, I was 312 pounds. 300. Listen, Mel, for 4 days, all I ate was a biscuit until yesterday. I did think about that just, Jen. I actually think that I'm going to get some of those today. I do like sweet potatoes, Kaylin. But at my biggest, I was 312 pounds. And then I lost a little over 80 pounds. But then I kind of plateaued. And I did that on my own. And I plateaued. Now, well, this morning I was 233 pounds. But when I did my shot on Monday, I was 246 pounds. So I've gotten down to 200, or I've lost 13 pounds since I started the shot. Yeah, 3 months total. Mama D. I was on it for 3 months, but that was without my dosage being adjusted. But the thing is, I'm also on the shot for my blood sugars because metformin alone doesn't work for my blood sugars. And Ozempic was tied into it to try and help with that, but it wasn't doing anything. My A1C was still going up really bad. So that's why they swapped it to Mounjaro. And then I did the Mounjaro, I think it was like what, 2.5 milligram, I think was the lowest. I did that for 1 month before they upped it to 5 milligrams. Yeah, you don't need to be on those shots, Mel. Taba, I don't want to say a whole lot on here because I don't, like I said, I don't know the whole context of the situation, and that's why I was asking. I thought maybe somebody else may have heard it, but the clip that's going around was Trucker Jen in a box, and I guess somebody else was in the box too saying something they shouldn't have been saying, and then Trucker Jen started to drop racial slurs like over and over and over. I like, I don't know. There's no excuse for something like that, clearly, but I don't know the context behind the situation, so I don't want to speak on it too much. Them steroids will make you gain weight for sure. Yeah, it was, Kaylin. The clip that I saw was terrible. And it shocked me because Trucker Jen got a lot of heat previously for things that her husband was saying and doing online, like to women and just in general. I agree, Tava, 100%. I was just shocked. Honestly, I didn't even know Trucker Jen was still around on the app. But how are you, She-Mac? I haven't seen you in a while. Listen, Kaylin, there's a lot of people that I've had to cut ties with that I met on this app. And I don't wish them any ill will. I wish them nothing but the best, but you know, the saying is true. Some are only intended to be in your life for a season and others for a reason. The ones that are intended to be in your life for a reason will always stand by your side, not in front of you or behind you, but right next to you. Those who it's just for a season will come and they will go, and that's okay. Hi, Delta Dawn. How are you? Oh, I bet that was rough. I hope that your recovery is going well, though, She-Mac. Exactly. Tisk, exactly. Tisk, while I'm thinking about it, how are things going from the work from home standpoint? Exactly, Taba. I'm sorry, love. You know, I wish that the company that I worked for would hire all over the world. They used to. They used to hire in a lot of different states. But now they will only hire people who are, you have to be like 100 miles or less from Asheville, North Carolina, which obviously I'm not, but I've been there for 5 years, and trust and believe they are not going to get rid of me. The last time my boss thought that I was going to leave just to go to a different department, I thought about taking a position as our QA supervisor, and I could have gotten it. And then she pulls me on a call and basically starts crying. Like listen, I am our department in a sense, but I also need some of the load taken off of me. So we have brought on another person that I am helping become a trainer for this program so that hopefully I will soon be able to branch off and do some other things. Facts, Tisk. But I am starting an apprenticeship actually tomorrow for instructional design. Those of you that have been following me for a while know that instructional design is my passion. I have developed a lot of content for our program, a lot of content. And eventually, I do plan to migrate over into a design role. So I start an apprenticeship tomorrow for instructional design. And that's basically putting my foot in the door. Asheville is beautiful. I've only seen like outskirts for whenever we went to Pigeon Forge. We drove like on the outskirts of Asheville. I only knew it because I saw the signs, the street signs and stuff. But I've seen pictures too. Like a lot of my coworkers are in that area. Well, listen, Cool Breeze, if you ever need a work from home job, hit me up and I can probably help you out. 100 miles or less from Asheville, as long as it's somebody that I know, wouldn't, like, you got to be able to handle, I'm not going to say hard work, but fast-paced work. And you got to be able to handle customers who have a certain feeling of entitlement. Not all of our customers act that way, but oh yeah, I know a lot about Biltmore. A lot about Biltmore. We have actually had, I didn't go, but whenever we had a physical work site in Asheville, like now there's not even a building there. Everybody's work from home on the Asheville side. But they used to do trainings at Biltmore. They used to pay to have on-site trainings at Biltmore. I heard it's amazing. Listen, and I get it, Cool Breeze. Not everybody, it is not everybody's cup of tea. Big facts. And I tell all of my new hires that. I tell them, this isn't everybody's thing. And that's okay. But I do give everybody everything that they need to be successful. And that is probably why I am ranked in the top 10 of trainers for my company all over the globe. Not just in the United States, all over the globe. I take a lot of pride in what I do. Oh, I love the Smoky Mountains too. Look, I'm telling you, I could go to the Smoky Mountains and it doesn't matter what I'm going through, I'm at peace. I am at peace while I am there. A couple of years ago, I took my husband there for the first time for Father's Day. I don't know how I'm ever going to top that Father's Day gift. Hey, cat. I would love to live in the mountains. The only thing is, I have bad anxiety when it comes to driving there. Oh, I used to waitress at a Waffle House. Well, it was called Huddle House, but a lot like a Waffle House. And I worked the night shift a lot. And we were open 24 hours. So I dealt with a lot of the drunks leaving the bar. Oh my gosh. October is the best time. We've gone in the fall for Thanksgiving. We actually had Thanksgiving there one year. And then we've gone in the summertime for Father's Day. When we went for Father's Day, it was just for a weekend. I surprised my husband with that as his gift because he'd always wanted to go since he was a kid. And then we actually planned in advance a almost full week-long trip there the week of Thanksgiving. So it's nice. I want to go to the beach too. My husband and kids have never been. I used to go every summer, but my husband is also very country, and the beach really, he doesn't think would be his thing. In the mountains, She-Mac? What I think I'm going to start coming on here and doing, and some people will get pressed, some people will enjoy it, and it's just for fun, but also as a distraction for myself. I think I'm going to come on here and you guys know, a lot of you know that I've been trying to start up a podcast, and there have been a lot of things that have kind of blocked me from doing that with everything that's been going on. But one of the things that I want to do on this app is interviews. So I'm thinking about starting to go live, and I'm going to do the live battles, but the battles is mainly to pull random people in, like just random strangers, because you can actually request random strangers. And I'm going to pull people in and interview them during the battles. Fun interviews. Like, of course, getting to know them, but then making it fun, making it funny. I really want to do that. I know a creator who used to do that on here, but then she kind of went a different direction. But it was so interesting to watch. Very similar to what Perez Hilton does, but not just focusing on drama, because he just focuses on drama, which is fine. I love watching Perez, but I don't want that to be just my focus. That's what I'm thinking about doing. I like All Money too, Tava. It's so funny though. The last time that All Money and J-Hop got into it, back when all that stuff happened with the monkey, I made a video calling out the fact that women have been speaking up about the type of person that J-Hop is for a long time, and people still supported him. People didn't listen, and All Money was one of them. But that I commended All Money for finally standing up and speaking out. And he commented on my video and he said, "Holy shit, did I just get called out? Am I the one being called out right now?" Because he's always calling people out. I'm not a big fan of 867. I used to watch 867 a long time ago, and then there was this whole scandal. You know, he would come online and he would flirt with all these girls and develop these internet relationships in a sense with all these girls, and it turned out that he was married, and it was this whole scandal. Like, it was crazy. I do not either. I do not like him. I like to watch All Money. I like to watch Bubba the Boss. I've been watching Bubba for a long time. I used to watch Pretty Boy Ali back when he and Bubba used to battle every night, and I loved that, but I don't watch Ali anymore. He's gotten too big for his britches. And I like to watch Austin. I don't know who Lala is. I don't think. I also used to like to watch, who was it? I can't think. I used to like to watch Hillbilly. I used to like to watch Gordo until I realized the type of person Gordo is. I used to literally stay up late watching the battles of Pretty Boy Ali and Bubba the Boss. I like Bubba's wife, Angela, too. She's pretty funny. Yeah, I've never heard of that Trailer Park Gossip either, I don't think. It's been so long since I've sat and watched the battle side of TikTok. Let me tell y'all, they make bank though on that side of the app. Austin literally made 150K in one night the other night. Like, what the heck? That's more than I make a year just on my own salary. I think it's crazy, but I also am not, like, I'm not, some people hate on them. I'm not going to do that because those people have literally been, they have spent years building their communities. And I just don't see anything wrong with it. Like, it's different if you come on here and if you were like begging, but they don't. They entertain. If you are providing entertainment, that is a service. So if people want to pay them for that, then that's their money. I find that a lot different than the beggars and the scammers. Now, there is Isabella. I don't know if any of you, again, watch the Island Boy side of TikTok, but there's the Isabella Rose. She is a beggar. She is funny sometimes, but she is definitely a beggar, and she says some things that I can't vibe with. But watching her and Wyeezy, oh my gosh. I watched a clip of a live the other night, and it was Stella and Bella and Lady and Wyeezy. And Wyeezy came in on his backup because I guess they were talking about the size of his package. And he literally came in on his backup and showed his package on live. That's crazy. I miss everything because I don't be coming on here that much anymore. Listen, She Mac, that was the exact facial expression that I made. I don't know who that is. Oh, no, I know who you're talking about. Taba, I think. I thought that was Inked. But I know who you're talking about because I saw a clip of that too. They don't, Cool Breeze. It's crazy. Listen, All Money, he's been around a long time. A long time. I love All Money's wife. Baby Sita. Hey, Nana Tracy. How are you? Who? Taba? I'm doing all right, Nana Tracy. Just tackling life one day at a time. Maybe we're talking about a different person then. I'm pretty sure the person that I'm talking about goes by Inked because I've seen him following around Pixie. But I don't remember. I'd have to go back and look. I will when I get off live. I'll check it out. Yo, I am so tired. Oh, yeah. And I don't know who you're talking about, but I will definitely look it up. Skydive. It could never be me. Oh, and y'all better stay tuned because my dropper lids are coming in for my bottles today. So I will be posting the blue raspberry cotton candy shimmer body oils this week. I will also be making the blue raspberry cotton candy sugar scrubs either today or tomorrow. And I might even make a blue raspberry flavored lip gloss. But I'm going to be bringing out body oils, lip glosses. We're going back into the body butters, back into the sugar scrubs, back into the soaps. That is coming back, and it is coming back like very soon, like this week, maybe 2 weeks max soon. I've already started. Yes, I do, Taba. That is actually my preference, just because PayPal does charge a fee, but I have multiple. And now that I have a website, I will be able to, anybody that would prefer to use a website, I will be able to eventually have everything on that website as well. AI summary discussing creators like All Money and Bubba the Boss. But all right, y'all. I am probably, you can, Nana Tracy, but I'll be honest. Like, whenever I say put it friends and family, for some reason I always think about LR. Oh, speaking of LR, I do have to say this. It is weird AF to me. Thank you, Cool Breeze. I hope you have a blessed Sunday. It is weird AF to me that pink haired Christy took pictures of LR while she was visiting Nicole. I did hear about this. And then gave those pictures to Reaper, who I'm sure requested them. And then I guess Reaper doesn't have any content right now. So she decided to do an LR live when nobody has spoken on LR. And how long? You basically just proved everybody's point that it's all about the money for you, Reaper, and nothing else. Did everybody forget that Reaper swore that she was talking to a detective and that there was some major investigation happening on LR and that she was going to get it, what was coming to her. She swore that. But nothing ever happened. Exactly, Taba. English got a lot of hate for it. When she went and toured that house. And at that point in time, people were talking about LR a lot. At this point, it's even weirder what Pink Hair and Reaper did because nobody even talks about LR anymore. Hi, Snoopy's girl. How are you, love? I just thought that was really gross and distasteful. And I will leave it at that. Just saying. But I am actually going to, I agree, Taba. I agree. I am going to hop off of here because I do want to check in on my husband. He wasn't going to be up there long. So I just want to check on him. And then I need to put this pool vacuum on the charger. Right, G-Mac? And then I will, if you guys don't hear from me again tonight, I will pop on live at some point tomorrow morning and check in with all of you. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you guys for saying hello. Thank you guys for praying for my mother-in-law. I will do that, Taba. I promise. I got you. And I will talk to you guys soon. Love you, mean it. Toodles.